years after the launch of the 2 Series Coupé and 2 years since the Cabriolet hit the shelves, BMW have given both a facelift. There's subtle changes to the outside, a new design to the interior, and specification upgrades. At the front, all models now get LED headlights. There's a wider grille, whilst SE and Sport models get a redesigned bumper. At the back, there's new LED taillights and redesigned graphics, while Sport models get new bumpers. There are also new colour options and alloy wheels. There are 4 petrol variants to choose from: a 218, 220, 230 and the M240i. But if you're after a diesel, then you get the choice of 218, 220 and 225. However, the 220 is available with xDrive, which is BMW's all-wheel drive system. Most models come with a 6-speed manual gearbox as standard. However, you can opt for an 8-speed auto across the range. That actually becomes standard higher up the range you go. 3 trims: SE, Sport and M Sport. Prices for the updated range start at £24,300. However, we're testing the M240i Coupé, which is the range topper. It's available with a 6-speed manual gearbox or 8-speed automatic, which is fitted to this test car. Across the range, there's a new Servotronic steering system, whilst this model is fitted with the optional adaptive M Sport suspension, which costs just over £500. Has a 3-litre petrol 6-cylinder engine, which develops 335 brake horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. With the manual gearbox, that's enough to get this from standstill to 62 miles an hour in 4.8 seconds. However, have the auto shifter and that drops to 4.6. The automatic also improves the economy of the M240i. With a manual gearbox, you'll return 36.9 on an official combined cycle, which then improves to 39.6 with the auto. The same can be said with CO2 emissions, which are 179 grams per kilometre with the manual and drop to 163 with the auto. Prices for the 240i start at £36,415. That 3-litre engine sounds absolutely brilliant. Even start up, there's a nice growl to it. And it sounds pretty impressive on the move as well. There's a little bit of a backfire and popping as you shift gears. This 8-speed manual gearbox has got steering wheel mounted paddles, which are really nicely sized, and change gear pretty rapidly. This is an explosive car. Even at speed, it will just take off again as you sink the accelerator and drop it a gear or two, and it goes. It's a very friendly car as well. It wants to have a chin wag with you because that back end is very chatty. Even at low speeds, it's squirming all over the place. Normal mode keeps it dialed in. Sport gives it a little bit more slipperiness, while Sport Plus turns off the traction control and lets the 240 become tail happy. The ride's impressively compliant for a set-up sports car. It's really comfortable. It's dealing with absolutely everything that these rutted, scarred country roads and these South Cotswolds can throw at me. It's very comfortable. And that helps you put down more power because you're less fearful that it's skittish and going to jump off the road. You can really trust it. The steering's got a nice weighting to it. It's not too heavy and it's really quick to react. And regardless of how quick you steer, the car feels so stable. There's more weighting in sport mode. They've not gone over the top with it. The steering's really communicating to me what's going on underneath those front wheels. Again, without being too over the top, without being a raw, overly hardcore thing. You get satisfaction of positioning the car exactly where you want to with the aid of the brilliantly composed body. I always like how BMWs are damped. They're not too firm, they don't sit too quickly, and they're never wallowy. Just absolutely perfect. Brakes are really good, really well controlled, don't snatch, have good weight to them. And when you do just want to cruise around, leave it in auto mode, put it in comfort, and it's as comfortable and refined as any other BMW. There's not too much road noise, wind noise is well contained, It's very good. Visibility out is pretty good. I've got a nice view to the front. These long doors help to the side. Over the shoulders, not too bad either. That rear sloping pillar is actually quite thin. This does have parking sensors, but there's no reversing camera. So what are the changes inside? Well, if you're already a fan of the 2 Series, fear not a lot has changed. There's a new instrument panel across the range, whilst M Sport models and the M240i get a black optic finish and 3D effect dials. There's now a cover for the cup holders and some premium stitching surround. Now this model does come with £5,500 worth of added extras. However, the leather seats are standard, so cost nothing, which is great. This model does have electric seats, which are really good for adjustment, and I've been able to find a really good, comfortable driving position. In the lowest setting, got decent headroom, so most should be able to fit in here. The steering wheel adjusts really well for reach and tilt, although it is rather large on this car. I'd rather it a little bit smaller, but that's my own preference. Practicality is not bad. There's a multiple of compartments in the door bin, a little anti-slip tray ahead, and then a small bin under the adjustable armrests. The glove box is decently sized and will get a few bits and bobs in. While the leather seats are standard, this cognac finish is a new option. Let's not forget that this 2-door small coupe is a 4-seater, so let's check out what's in the back. Well, to get in, there's a lever on top of the chair which tilts forward, and then with this electric seat it slides as well with an extra button. That gives you a huge opening to climb into. Once in, pull the seat back and use the same button again to reposition the driver's seat. Now all the way back, and the recesses in the back of the chair just give my knees enough room, but otherwise any taller for a driver or myself I'd be struggling, but 5'9", front and behind fits perfectly. Although I probably wouldn't want to do too many long journeys. The bench is comfortable and I've got just enough headroom. Go back a bit further and I am touching the roof. There's not a lot back here. There's a little tray, but there is a nice armrest with a couple of cup holders in it. Do note though, if the driver's door is closed then the seat won't slide. So if you're left in the back and the driver's gone out, you're going to have to open the door before you can exit. So what do we make of the M240i? Well, I'm bowled over by it. I'm super impressed. It's rapidly fast. It handles fantastically. There's enough there for the enthusiastic driver, but it's not too hard and unrefined that when you have friends and family in it, you feel a little bit guilty. Thanks for watching. Do check out the website for all our news and reviews, and do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for free.